What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to some more Europa Universalis 5 as Greenland, the Republic of Greenland, I should say. We are in the New World now. We've established ourselves on a smattering of the East Coast. We are uh, making good money, but not from our taxes. We're making all of our money from trade, and we need to start looking to diversify and grow our New World holdings here. Right now, what we're doing is we're spending all of our money on colonization, uh, probably more than we need to, if I'm being perfectly honest. But the emphasis here is, of course, going to be on getting all of these colonies settled so we can make sure we don't have people coming around like England here and snatching our land up from us. We've already claimed 2 colonies here. These will hopefully get these done. Does this not count? Is that a different region? That is a different region. We need to colonize that too, or else they might take Canada from us. We can soon get money from them. We don't get a lot of money because we need 1522, yeah. I'm going to keep investing up here just so I don't forget it, because I know the auto investment's not going to actually do anything with this area. Why am I still doing the conversions, I wonder? Like, we get benefits from it. I don't think we're going to hit the 90 religious unity that would get this done. We've been going towards humanist. In fact, our humanist is very high. I don't know why this hasn't technically been satisfied. Makes you wonder. Maybe I'm reading this wrong? And we need to have negative 90? Like 90 humanists? I don't know. Naval supplies or mercantilism. I want to go towards free trade instead of mercantilism. Let's get the tradition here. Colonies finish fast. That's all right. You know what I want to do? I want to change the sagas. We don't need the sagas anymore. Nothing this gives us is really valuable. I think I'd much rather go for the roads. Yeah, get that roads, the free trade progress, the trade range. Let's get the transportation code if nothing else jumps out at me here. Proximity cost through ports would be pretty good as well. Coastal urban locations gets harbor capacity. Okay. Raw material output's good. This is all military things. Tax efficiency's cool. Which one am I doing again? Transportation code. I think the roads are worthwhile. Manifest Destiny, that's going to be our thing, even if we're not going to be doing it as a American. Sweden attacks Norway. We will get called in. We will accept, of course. We'll go and help. They will go and fight that on their own. It does not matter for me. We're going to get rid of our thing here. We took some infamy. Do I care for my stability investment? We do need stability to get out of this disaster, so I probably should care. Part of me does not care. Gravel road to Pantenkopf. Okay. Alberg, Nienberg, Asbo. I'm really leaning more and more towards getting this to Greenland just so they stop building it up. I want them to build our lands up. But we will see how that goes. We want to go towards, of course, humanist here. Max that out. And let's take our Chesapeake area. Let's look at Chesapeake and see what we would need to build. Show me Chesapeake. Got a lot of markets here. Chesapeake. Sort by goods. What makes us money? Market villages look to be the Tools Guild looks to be the breadwinner. Don't have enough masonry in the new market I've formed, so we need to get a mason area then. Okay, let's look at masonry. There is a mason. I don't... Do I build this in Chesapeake itself? You make the most money there. We'll do it in the areas around you. Eventually, they'll probably go away. We'll just queue up 3. And while we're here, let's also go and invest a little bit. 3 colonies are building. That's good. That'll stop you there. This is a new colony we want to build. I just want to get the coastline. Give us time to move in peacefully. While we still have money coming in. Prioritizing the areas that are close to what is the English colony over there. They could come and colonize the north here. Let them have it. We won't care. Eventually, we can maybe buy it off them or something, or go to war with their colony or something. I think I'm going to release both Denmark and Greenland and just leave all of that to them and just go hardcore. That fits the theme. Fits the theme. We're all about finding things out and testing them out here. This is not the optimal play. The optimal play would probably have been to stay and focus on becoming Scandinavia as a non-republic, right? And just do this as a side gig, a side hustle is the colonization. But we want to try this out. No shame in testing the waters, finding out what works for us, and building up an empire this way. You're doing Canada, you're doing Vermont. Also, just want to get our name to be big here, right? Size of name really does matter. And, like, we're already pretty big. Also, just because Greenland's pretty simple as the name goes. I think we start by releasing Greenland. Or Iceland. We'll release Iceland as a subject. Yeah, we need to get the other regions here. How many of these are we running? I don't want to look at my markets right now. There's just too many of them. We are running quite a lot. What's our colonial maintenance? 11. We need to stop growing them then. 11's a little bit too much for us. Instead, it's going to be all about building up Chesapeake yet again. And what does Chesapeake need from us, goods-wise? Definitely the Tools Guild, but we need to have stuff to build said tools. Market villages could do the same. And those require masonry. So key is getting masonry here. Once we get masonry, we can open up a lot of the floodgates to be built stuff, which is all coming along. Let's see my constructions here. Travel Road is going very slow. House of Parliament still in queue here. We want to just lose the satisfaction here. Or do we lose the stab? Lose the 7 stab. Satisfaction ticks down from events way slower than the stab will come up. We're going to be spending a lot of time in investing towards this anyway. Get the Navy tradition. We've maxed out naval, which is cool. I don't even care what's happening in the old world here. Probably do want to get the city guard. No leather in the market. Okay. Here's that one tool guild. Get the brewery. All the things that require our land to be built. We want to just make sure they get built in Chesapeake. Like the paper guy. Not enough masonry. They will come. Let's look at goods as well. I see some iron that has some value. Chill out for a little bit. We won't build any roads until we get the road building stuff. Let's turn back on the building automation. Put it on this. So professionalism has spawned. We care about getting those, but we also at the same time don't really care about getting those. Like it will help us, but it's not a must anymore. This war is probably over. We could probably take some money September of this year. You both have good opinions of me. Here comes the House of Parliament, which will really help us. All right, there we go. Get out of that war. Let's start by releasing our historical subject of Iceland. What's the difference between a vassal and a march? $0 and 10% of income each month in Greenland. Getting for defense. Let's do the vassal here. Compare this to 20% of income. So vassal to you. Subject has low loyalty. Why? Let's get the opinion up then. We're curious to see how strong you consider yourself to be. Iceland, let's make sure we grant you... We'll grant these up here to Denmark when it we form Denmark, but for now we'll just give up Iceland. Iceland, who is a Lutheran country. Still running with the conversions. Might as well do some of it here. Sort by low percentage. Probably numbers here, actually. Who's the lowest? Anyone lowest who's under 50%? We want to get everyone to at least half. Just don't know why I'm choosing that. It's just coming out of my head, and we're going to do that. So now we get how much from Iceland? 0.13. It's going to take a little time for you to get some control, I imagine. Our land's also not the richest. What can we do to make you like us? Support loyalists. Do scootage. We don't need you in wars. Lubeck's the one we don't want to lose because we get 81 from Lubeck. We do get a lot from Paris and the other regions as well, but would especially hurt those. Does also mean we probably could go and build some other stuff. Here's our Spinners Guild, Chesapeake. Just going to build everything that will make us some money here. We don't have the masonry, so we just need more masons. As they get built. Gravel road construction requires masonry? What does it take? It does take masonry, that's why. Okay, let's get some masons built then. More than makes sense to build. Grow them up, help us get some tax. Our money's coming in. That all looks fine. Army maintenance, Navy maintenance. Probably want to pull our Navy. We have 6 navies over here that I've just been keeping in the region. Eventually, you probably want to pull that out. All right, so are we actually getting it in our region? It's all from the burgers. How much are the burgers making? They're making a lot of money. No wonder. Lazaretto. Where's the Lazaretto going to be built? In Malmo? That helps for other stuff, no? Is Lund maxed out? Lund is not maxed out. Speaking of blood, we still got a ways to go before we lose out on our income. How are things now? Are we back to a reasonable amount of fort maintenance? Our colonies are still expensive. We have blocked off England as far as I can tell. Exploring Florida. Rather not piss the pastors off. How close are we to getting out of this damn war? Doesn't feel that close. How does our markets look? I should possibly probably be doing some cuts here. Chesapeake, Nantucket. That is more compact. I like that. Probably want to do one like up here in the north. Potentially. But that's a future problem. We automated all of our stuff. Another thing I need to question about. I want to build settlements. Mass build settlements where we can. Nantucket too. Get us some settlements. This one, take yours. Take yours. All right, these are going to be a cost for us, of course, but we'll deal with it as it comes. And how is our proximity now? Could be better, but not terrible. Part of Greenland. Our growth's still really coming up. Top ones are the settlements up here. Well, of course, the ones we are colonizing. That makes sense, actually. More humanist support. Once I see this get checked, we will invest money to get out of this thing. Integrated level. support conversion efforts. Yes. Culture is very similar, but we still have to get a lot of our religion up. This will help. All right, let's go through the markets we have here. Sort by goods. You're still hiring people. You got people to hire, though, so I don't really care. Sort by what makes money here. A lot of you guys don't have income. Why? You can't be worked. Bit by bit, we'll get this up. Just got to get all the masons built. So many of these guys. A lot of rural cloth makers. They require roads and things. Lacks access to masonry. Yeah, so that's why we're just going to be spamming it. So one thing that's never going to get built unless we build it ourselves are going to be these merchant quarters, which we'll need to build. Also do a chancery. All right, I think we can step away. I'll come back in 1560 and we'll cover how we've grown, but it's going to be purely economic, purely connecting our lands here. Want to take the whole eastern seaboard and start really growing out the economy here. We're going to, in fact, get a little bit of a loan from you to help us out here. And we'll just expand things as they come. We're going to just go through. Let's go through, and we'll do some expansions. Anyway, I'll be back. All right, we've managed to get out of religious turmoil, gets us some stability, and we are now doing well. Do I want to invest in stab? Let's keep investing in stab. We'll stick to it. We've been building out Chesapeake. We're currently blocked here because it requires naval supplies, which we have none. There is a naval supply building in queue, but it's not until way later in queue. I wish I could move you up the queue. Guess we can't. I mean, just drop this off then, and then we'll add it to the end of the queue. Much easier there. Okay. Cool. There is Chesapeake. We are building out damn near everything that's available here because we can. What a counting house. I definitely want an art school because it is our capital and it benefits from the capital stuff. We'll probably get a library as well. I just need money. That is our big confounding factor here. You can see our colonizations. We're colonizing all of the things that will link us, and we just discovered Florida. We can now kind of go towards the south here. England is taking the north of Canada up here. We'll have to contest them at some point. We're not going to worry about it. They have one colony over here. I'm curious if they give this land to that colony, because if they do, the colony's going to be kind of bad, really bad. But we will see. We will see. I can't attack them, because I'm technically a European nation, I guess. I'm not a colonial nation. Unless there's, like, maybe I'm just missing a mechanic. I haven't really tested it yet. Because normally you can do, like, colonial wars, I believe. We need to do some more colonies. Let's just get Suara here. Trying to outpace the growth of our region over here. We've reached equilibrium with our colony stuff over here. They're all at 26% control effectively. There's some towns and places that could probably do with more, but our income from them is as good as it's going to get. And it's pretty damn good, I'd say. Like, we're still at 25%. Considering we get 20% of the subject, but the subject might get... How much would we need for the subject to break even there? So 1/5 of theirs, if they have 100% control, we're going to get the same as if we have 25% control. But on the flip side, they'll develop it themselves. Right now, we have a lot of our guys going in to develop this. And I'd rather them develop their own thing. The other question I have is, can we support the levies? Where do the levies come from? It looks like a lot of them aren't going to come from our capital. Like, Chesapeake is the best one with only 300. I don't think we could support the army we need to stand against them. What I could do is build the stuff we think we need here. Let's at least get a capital. We don't want our capital to be easily sieged here. I'm counteracting that. I want the city guard here. Not enough leather to build it. Okay. I mean, we get 5 ducats from Iceland. That's probably more than we were getting from the island ourselves, and they'll develop it their own. Right? They're trying to build stuff at least. Do we see Greenland? All right, 176 is our income. We're going to try. I probably should save up some money here. Let's try. We're going to try. I want to commit to... Well, no. I want to get our own capital state up. Most of our tax base is over there. We would hamstring ourselves so critically, I don't think it's worth doing. Yeah, we'll hold off on it. Colonies are finishing. We need to do more to grow. Let's get this one here, also from Zealand. So I could probably pull back the conversions and let them happen naturally. What we're going to do instead is we're going to encourage migration. I think is the best. Or we can promote institutions. Let's promote institutions in Chesapeake with one of them. We're going to pull a encourage migration to Chesapeake with a second. Okay. And you, who I'm having, I could do development. I don't think I need to do development. Let us... Could support the stabilization, but I don't think we want to. What about assimilations? How's our Icelandic? Lubeck, Northern Isles, what have you. Okay. Let's do more migration. Well... I don't know. Development doesn't hurt. Let's get the development done in Chesapeake. See how that helps. We're only at 6. We want that to be much higher. And we need... The bad part about being here, we can't form colonial nations, and we're missing out on so many towns forming. It's honestly quite terrible. Like, each of these regions would have town, town, town. We only have 3 or 4 towns in the area that we own. If we weren't on armament, I would totally try the release strat. Let's give it a go. I want my estates to focus on building up our area over here. I want to commit to the bit. It's probably not the best action, but for what we want to do, I think having a historical Denmark will be nice. If you want them to be a vassal, their loyalty is going to be quite low. We'll work on that. We're going to grant them some stuff. Seed province, take Zealand. Take Hunan. Take that. You've lost your cores on a lot of these, is what that's telling me. Fleshbig. And you can take Lubeck too. I want to... First, we need to send Scootage. We're going to go from there. See how we can improve with you. He will get more strength than us. We lose our rivals. Means we look... Lack of rivals when you don't have possible rivals should be a... Like, you shouldn't have to worry about lack of rivals when there's no possible rivals. Let's send officers. $94 ducats. So they're paying us 6 ducats. It's probably less than we would have got from the land ourselves. But there's also a lot of loss of income things. No, theirs will tick up, right? We get our stuff here set up. Let's do... Next, we want to support loyalists. Cost of 10 monthly. You have debt? Already have debt? What? Manon gets missionary efforts stalled, or you can get Rebellious people. Lose the missionary. All right, and there's Denmark as our subject. Okay. They stay loyal. How much do they pay us? It's 8 here. What'd you make your capital? I'm curious. Iceland's giving me more. You made the ball. Why would you do that? You can make Copenhagen your capital. That's the worst place you could make your capital. Now you're... I think you're being bad here. Okay. Okay. Alright, we'll slowly get them built up, but that's good to see that they're now a vassal. Their numbers will go up. 11's fine. We were at like 176 before, but our expenses also went down to match it, right? Our building expenses went quite far down. We also built trade offices in their land. We could invest in culture here. But with how negative we are, it's not worthwhile. We've been guaranteed by our friends. And now our estates will fully focus on us. Literacy drive is what we want, of course. Full humanist. Republic of Greenland now exists. We don't have... I mean, I could... Let's give up... over here. Now that we have you available, we are going to cede... Under Liberty Desire is not what we want. You can stay Danish. We want to... No. Can't give them the Northern Isles here is what I was trying to do. Those are just going to stay to us, I guess. Knowledge sharing. Press sailors and first cultures. Divert trade would be very nice. 33 over... We can't do that, though. They'll be in the negative. Can I sell you this land? You don't have a lot of money available. Can I sell you this land? You don't want it for shit, okay? Well, the more you know. Question becomes, what do we do now? So our whole basis is over here. Can we still create a charter? Is it still 200? It's still fucking 200. Damn. And we've lost the good places to send the guys from, which is the biggest problem here. That's the big thing. We would have a lot of guys to be able to send, and now we don't have as many. We still have 1 million pop, and we still are going to grow pretty fast. It just means we need to go tall mode here for a little bit. Which I don't mind. What do our markets look like here? We got Chesapeake. 0.10. Let's... Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's just invest in some market villages here. Kick those off. Let's do goods that make us money. Max out some of you. Best over here is 0.64. Both of you are actually very good. We'll keep investing in them. But going to be harder to grow our... Actually, no, it won't be. Just means we have to spread out where we send the people from, I guess. Okay. Ultimately, I think doing this is a negative mood as far as getting us to be, like, a powerhouse. Like, we definitely could have been better if we just stayed strong in Europe. But it's fun. And that's what matters. And I wish we could form a nation, but I guess there's just no formables over here. I was like, hopefully you can do, like, North America. Or the United States. But maybe I need to culture shift, get some English land and do that. I could manage it. But I don't know. I do not know. Allies abound, books abound, we have some stuff. Alright, I'll step away, we'll bring you back, maybe 1565, I don't know. And we're going to play this out and see where we get. Alright, we are back, a new day of recording, same episode. We're here in 1517, you can see we are growing quite a bit. The burghers are going on a road building spree, they're doing a bunch of paved roads, which we've recently unlocked the new type of roads. They're all getting built. And so we can upgrade some more. I probably will not. I'll let the burgers kind of do that. We're putting our money into various buildings. What I've done is I've turned on automated buildings, and if we go over 2,000 ducats, we are going to spend some on construction of different buildings that would make us some money. In doing this, our tax base is grown to 62. Considering we dropped down to about the midpoint here after getting rid of our Denmark lands, we're doing quite well. Our diplomacy now, Denmark's giving us 44 ducats, which is probably, I mean, we're 100 ducats over where we were whenever we had that land controlled ourselves. So probably a good idea. We have lost our alliance with Schweden, which makes me concerned that they're going to attack us. But what we can do is we can profess trust here a couple times, and hopefully that won't be a concern anymore. We will see. Yeah, it's kind of been slow going. Our colonization we can't really do. If I go to colonies, we're doing like a little bit at a time here. We don't have the massive population once we gave up our Denmark lands to support sending people to the colonies. We're growing, but we're distributed, right? We don't have one giant city where we can send everybody out of yet. We're working on getting that up. What do we want to do? We want to get a burger? We don't need a burger member. Honestly, let's get the armory stuff done, just because I need to start at least preparing for military options. Because we do border a native tribe here. We probably can do something against them. Could tributary them, could religious war them. We don't have Days Fault. Strong are you? Here's what we do. Let's get a CB on you. Reduce some opinion. Support capital economy. Taxation we won't do because that will hurt our economy too much. We're going to attack you. As soon as we get our stuff and I can build ourselves an army, we will do that. We're making enough money. I think it's worthwhile. We are investing 11 into stability. We're paying some for food, but we are doing very, very well. Settle the frontier cabinet action. That is what we want. That is what's going to give us passive spread. Very, very good. Maize and legumes. We produce a lot of those. Cultural capacity, building cost. Sounds very nice. Are we just kind of picking these up by being next to people? Where are these coming from? Is it because my rulers our guy is a different culture? Is that what this is coming from? I don't know. Yeah, stickball game. We're getting access to these. Show me where this is. This is a tier 2 thing. So because my rules are a different culture, we might be unlocking some cool things. Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. What's your institution growth? I hope this stuff doesn't like go away from us once we convert. I hope it holds true. Because these are good things to have, even if we change our culture back to being what it was. Army morale, and they're cheap pickups too. They're not bad. Interesting. We don't even support this culture. I thought it would be based off your country's primary culture and not what you just have your ruler as, but I was wrong. What age tradition things are there available for us that we haven't picked up? Fish, well, proximity cost. Hell yes. Yeah, that settle the frontier is very important for us. Because it will mean we can colonize without having to spend the 200 ducat upfront cost. Which we are paying in some regions. It's just, colonization this is so much different from when EU4. Where you can really, you really need to have capital up front. Get that done. Commoner controlled. What's our current mining on? It's burger controlled. Interesting. So you get free subjects there. Well, let's get the Artisan Guild complaints dealt with. Please and thank you. Catholic Zealots still on the uprising. Where you don't like the places that don't have access to things. How is my market looking? Kentucket and Belle Isle. I think we need another market in between these guys. Because if I come up here, yeah, we get to 1%. That's what we're going to do. We're going to start a new one. All of these are good options for it. Let's do... what's a good... This one. We're going to make you a town. We're going to make a market here as well. Hakuna. That will get built, and we'll see how that spreads things out. Part of the reason I want to fight this nation is to get control of their market and then destroy it or move its capital. Now that we can afford that, Cahokia market is available. England and you have been at war. Did you lose land? Looks like you did. You let them land. Their blob on you is growing like a cyst. Not ideal for you at all. Almost at 200 income. Quite nice. We'd like that. And our constructions are massive because I'm just letting it auto go. Like, there's things I would never be building on my own. Like, I'm almost never going to be building these fishing villages over here. But apparently they earn money, and eventually we'll have decent sailor income, I hope. Monthly sailor 1. I have queued up a dock here, but the construction queue for this place is quite a lot because we have no naval supplies. Ooh, yeah, that would make it a little rough. Let's try to get some naval supplies. Do I have any other cities in this market? We're going to make Nemasquad a city here. Or a town, sorry. You can stay there with your maxed out fruit. Lumber, fish, Croatan. I wish there was a way I could just easily make cities. They don't seem to have that in the builder. There's no, like, option for that. We're going to pull off the developing Nauset guy, and he is just going to be settling the frontier. We're going to send pops from Sicknet. We're going to send off this dude. Make us proud. And this is going to take quite some time. It probably takes like 10 years or something. It's a lot slower than colonizing, actually. But it doesn't cost us money, which is the main draw of it. That's how you expand as a native, is by using that interaction. So let that run in the background and keep doing our economy stuff. How would the road networks look? This is paved roads. I want to see gravel roads. Gravel roads are a little bit farther. Let's go and upgrade as many roads as possible, just to make sure we can have that paved road access. Our proximity is starting to spread. That means these areas will all be good things for us. There's the Kakuna market. That's what I wanted to see, is how it shapes out. Nantucket has this little chunk. Chesapeake has its chunk. We probably need something down here. Maybe, yeah, right around Louisiana. I think maybe if we can get New Orleans, we'll form that. But the markets are now starting to look decent. Means our market access isn't going to be too terrible. We need to get down to Pensacola. This is all still Florida. Maybe we do a Pensacola or a Mobile market. New Orleans is over here. This is the boot. Yeah. None of them are named the names you would expect, which is fair. Those names wouldn't have existed at this time. Anyway, we're going to keep playing the economic game. We're going to see how far we can get. I'm going to probably need to get our navies here. I want to get our heavies back over to this side of the area. Our estates are helping us. There's stuff queued up in Nauset. We just don't have the supplies to build it. We've used all of our masonry up, as surprising as that is. In fact, we're probably going to want to just queue up some masons at that store. Okay. Let's do overseas trading post to get it to what I want it to show. Then we're going to come over here and build some masons wherever it would make money. Anything up to and above 0.05 ducats, because I don't care about the profit. I care about having the building things we need to expand quickly. There we go. Build all those, let them run. And we'll see there's a lot of masons and car kilns and things in queue. Okay. Time for us to step away. We will get all of our research things done. I wonder if building costs are going to stack with the other stuff we researched, or if we change culture and have to research them again. This is going to be a very interesting thing to find out, because it's the first nation I've played where we have such radically different culture groups, right? Like our rulers can be any religion, and so we have swapped between this dude, a Powhatan Midu guy, and our guy. Up consumption and more trade efficiency. You're going to avoid the rest of it. Anyway, I want to keep playing this out. I'll come back once we have an update. We're going to keep an eye on what is happening up here with the English colony. Got to keep an eye on if we can pick up a friend here. By professing trust, I've got to remember to do that. And our trust for you, we can probably get another 4 reasons. Yeah, border distance is not going to help us here. But we will see. Anyway, I'll bring you guys back once it's time for another update, probably in 1580 or something along those lines. I've decided we're going to go to war for this claim up here. We might as well get it done here. Chesapeake, Roanoke. Don't need a ton of people for this. They only have about 1K troops, so let's get 3K, 3 to 1 them, and we'll assemble our army and hopefully be able to take them down. We have better culture. Should be able to just walk all over them, I would hope. And we'll assemble right around their border here. What if they can burn colonies the way you could in EU4? It would be unfortunate for us if they could. Education of the elites. Oh, this is because we just picked up a... we're going to want to do the education of people. Must have a university built somewhere. Is that in our capital? No, somewhere has a university and I don't know where. That's fine. We will leave that be. And proceed with the war. Alright, so we should win this fight if we come and take it. We are more developed than them. We probably have institutions they don't have and can handle things much better than they do. Are they going to come and fight me here? Let's see how we do. So with bigger army, we have everything quality-wise that will give us your normal wins here. Let's get this one picked up. 14. Yeah, we're about 3 to 1 oddsing them. Even with what they do a terrible roll here. Oh yeah, they're screwed. They're river crossing, vegetation, and topography. They're -4 on whatever they do. All right, let's get our sieges started. With this dude, I probably want all of his land here. We don't care about the infamy in this region. Want the markets. Not going to liberate anybody. We're just going to take some money that you have. And this should be a fast war. Likely to fail. Okay. Bridges being built, other things being built. How's our maintenance here? A lot of trade offices, a lot of settlements. Settlements are worth paying for, so I don't mind those. Republican assembly is 1.5. Speaking of settlements, can we build any? Are these cheap? These are cheap. Let's do all of them in, is this only our, let's just, yeah, let's not do some of these. Just want to make sure we have this in everywhere that is of our nation. So let's scroll down until we get out of somewhere where we already have trade power. Norway, okay. Iceland is on our list here. What is this? This is Munster, okay. Bam, all of these. Trying to prioritize areas where we already have a little bit of trade. That way we can ensure we're not going to have a loss of building, right? Because if it's somewhere where you have no like trade power, like Munster, what's the point? We have some stuff in France. We have some stuff in Denmark. Hanover is in Lubeck. We should have some power there. Poland feels like a bad idea. France we will do. I remember I just put one in there. We'll do all of the English ones. And all of the Scottish ones. And that is Wales, where we also... So all of these are the Irish ones. Aquitaine counts. All right, so up to here. That's Ireland. There's Wales, England, back to Wales, Scotland, France, England again. Now here's Castile. We don't have stuff in Castile. Little French ones. Morocco, this is Naples. Don't have stuff in Naples. Don't have stuff in the Pope. And I think that is it for us for now. I saw some French there, but I can't be bothered to go in. Well, it maybe could be. You can go and click on everything that's in an area where we expect to have trade power. Okay. Let's do just this whole coast here, since this is a decent market anyway. Sounds good. What other markets are these? Those all Lubeck. There's the Munster and the Bruges market, which we get a little bit into the Munster one. Overall, pretty well. What about our trade offices? I'm going to spam these anywhere we can build them. Lubeck, Stockholm, and what have you. We can't do France because of the way the Council of Trent worked out. They now have a -65 here. French religious tolerance and the Catholic view. So, no building in those regions, which is all right here. We should win. What are you? Is it just the winter? What are you taking attrition from? Ah, the death god. You've been cursed by the god of death. Okay. Meanwhile, in Chesapeake, I want to start building up an army here. I need a lot more manpower to do so. Would love to get our city guard. Let's also pick up a castle here because it is, of course, our capital. Although mostly we're going to need to use a wooden wall, get the navy going. Christians want satisfaction. I'll give into that because we do need to keep you around 50 here. Don't want to tempt fate. Catholic zealots. Where are the Catholic zealots? They're in the north here. Who is still Catholic? Not a lot of you. Are you angry? Your view of us. Okay. Get the priests replaced. Keep them happy. French against Benoit. France is just a problem. They're so unbeatably strong. 160k. That is insane. The Ottomans, by the way, have taken up their usual lands. Mamelukes are still stronger than them. Who can stand up to France? Is it Bohemia? Not even Bohemia, dude. These guys are a titan of industry. Our consul died. Does that mean we are going to keep up our production, or are we going to lose these things that we have in the queue? Should get a pop about who we want to be our ruler. Prioritize high everything except military. So this is 100, 179. Middle guy is probably our best one. Funny how our population here, all of our best guys are natives. Like, we don't have good non-natives. Where do you guys come from? I don't even know. But they're skilled. So we'll employ them. Why not? This thing, we should have enough here now to finish this off. At least as far as control. We still need to take some land. Can't believe we have the Death God roaming around. Get a kill here. Should be a stack wipe, meaning we should be close. Put pressure on some of your forts here. Money's still rolling in. Our constructions are still happening in the background, so not too worried. We don't care about the culture here. We'll lose a little bit of stability. These won't change. How's our proximity cost looking? It's doing all right. Let's see, we're spreading out here. I want to keep around 1,000 base just available to us. That way I can go and do some things. I think I have you settling Mokama, which is this region, right? Yeah. So let's go to Appalahuchi. This will get us over to here. I need to go out further from Chesapeake. Let's get across the mountains here then. Sicknick is always the busy one. Spiritualist, lose research progress. We want the humanist here. Sorry, pastors. It's just better. Swedish patriots where? Rangeford. So you're still struggling over here to make ends meet, right? Yeah, you don't have the pop to even build a town here in Einford, so... Let's go look at this market, see what we can build in the Garter market to make some money. This market here. Can I get settlements for you or something? Yeah, no one has peasants available. That's the problem. They're just eternally stuck there. Army wants to destroy the market. But I don't know. Holy naval money. What I want to do is I want to go and build some counting houses. First overseas trading post, now build a counting house. Keep that topped up. And let's get some merchants' quarters queued up. Nauset, what have you. Just make sure we have those in queue. And now it's time. I need to go and probably spend a good chunk of this. If we get more money, I need to probably invest a little bit into building up towns. That's my next thing. Use our money to get the towns back here. Take all of this land. This market that we now control that I don't want. It is the... It starts with a C. Kanoharji. Where are you in the list? It's somewhere in there. This one. I think I actually just want to take this market and destroy it. I could relocate it. Ah. Need 10 prestige to destroy it. Okay, slave conversion, they can have their religion, that's fine. Doesn't bother me. Close the market then, because there's too many markets to keep track of. We'll deal with that later. But we've controlled that. This is New York, right? I feel like this is the kind of shape. This is Manhattan. Nice, it's like here-ish, I can't tell. Get our satisfaction up. We need to start getting a handle on our sailors problem here. Infrastructure, sponsor university, sponsor cathedral, farming estates. I think we do the university here. Want to have some good control. Innovative ideas sounds lovely. Let's get those. I could do another invasion. Just keep running. This is New York. I can see the shape of the head. So. What do you have? Anything worth taking? I don't know. What are these towns? They're towns. Towns with forts. A lot of them. Or stockades. You don't need all these stockades. This is a good one. keep the one in the north here. We'll ditch this one. We'll keep you all level 1 stuff. That's a colony now. Gonna need to do some integration. Let's get this guy and get started on that. How many of these are regions? It's 3 regions, I think, is what I saw. Look by pop. And we'll start integrating those. I think you can stop encouraging migration. That will either happen on its own or not at all. And there's enough land that we can hope it'll happen on its own. And we're chilling again. Cool. I'll step away. We'll come back 5 to 10 years or when something else important happens. Gonna keep going down here, colonizing our way to the south. Gonna take all of my home state of Florida, hopefully, and can build up our colonies even more. Right? We have a base income. I need to start maybe prioritizing a little bit of the road construction. We're getting things, paved roads and things built still, but a lot that could be good for us, especially if I come over here and make like an entrepot, a library, like pick up some of these things that we would retain value from having here. Especially a temple. Let's make sure we have temples everywhere. Temples give us money and guaranteed control. Show me overseas trading posts and show me temples we can build. Okay, cool. With that, we'll step away and we'll bring you back once it's time for another update. All right, I think it's a good time for our final check-in here. We're on 1585. Income is going up very high. Right now projected 250. Right around real income is 200. That's 1 colony a month we can start. We're going to promote urbanization because we want to just kind of keep making more and more towns. I've been creating towns on my own, but this will pick a... It's hard to tell at a glance where to build towns. There really needs to be a town builder option in here. And if there is one and I'm missing it, I've not been able to find it yet, but like I wish I could go like town, you know, and go and upgrade your town, your civilization level through some kind of interface. Because what I have to do it is go to pops and I have to sort by normally the size of pops available and try to find like a good one. Like, oh, this one here in Tonatican. Oh, it's lost it. Click too many. Over here, okay, well, you're not a town. Maybe we want to upgrade you. Well, you're not integrated, so I'm not going to do it just yet. And you have some towns nearby you, but you know, things like that could be a very helpful here, especially when you're playing in the New World as a native New World nation, where you're colonizing and you don't get the towns immediately like you do when you colonize it. So we have grown monumentally. Tax base up to 117, right up there. We were about 130 whenever we ended up going to the New World. Population is skyrocketing with 2,000 pops coming in each month. We're now larger than Denmark. We are actually probably stronger than Denmark as well. Yep, to 12,000. And that's just base levy size. We only have the one 400 stack army. Working on improving that, actually. Also working on improving our sailors here. I think there's probably still a huge line of things that we built in our capital. Yeah, this place is going to be stuck with a lot of building going on here. Why are we building a mason of all things? Yeah, I guess. It's in the list. We're going through building up a ton. It's gotten through a lot of things, but there's still more to go. And so we will be working on that. I need to address the toll casualty complaints, and I actually do want support outward. Yeah, support outward here. Eat that, and that's fine. England is doing some expansion up here. We've stopped exploring just because we don't have the manpower and population for it. That's something I need to do some investment in. I think we will be working on that. Doing some conversion in the Northern Isles, since that's the last region that's really getting caught us up with some zealots and things. So it could be nice to have. There's a couple just regions over here that we took from the natives. We got an event that gave us a claim on the 3rd native nation here, so we went and took this province here of Onondaga. Has been taken. We're finally big enough to where our colonies are doing their own like stuff, like the automated stuff is doing their things. We are paying our diplomatic spending. Reason for that is that I am going to actually divert trade. I've been diverting trade from Denmark and Iceland just to see. Think we probably net positive there. Like, let's look at Lubeck market. Yeah, 72 ducats, and we probably get a fourth of that. So that alone probably pays for our diplomatic spending, just about. taking effect. There's also the Skaholt market. So yeah, I assume we break even on that diplomatic spending, and does give us extra stuff we can use if need be. You need to be integrating one of our next provinces. So yeah, we were coast to coast, all the way down to the tip of Florida, all the way up to the tip of Canada. There's some people around us who are problematic. I wanted to get you as an ally. We get 6 reasons here. Let's try it once. I've been getting it, and then the second the month tick happens, I lose 2 reasons. So let's see if I have +1 here now. No, we're still perfectly upset on that. That's unfortunate. Okay. We really want to get 50 prestige. If we get 50 prestige, I think we'll become a great power, right? Like France is the greatest power, right? You were at how much great power score? Would love to see it. Normally you would think this would show me here, but it just shows me the tag here. 537 locations. How many locations do we own? 566. Your pop is 10 times our pop, but we have the same number of locations, which is probably why your economy is so much massive. So much more massive than ours. Our network is growing. You can see our states are doing some of the small buildings out here through our other cities, so we're starting to look better and better. We're going to need to build and upgrade some paved roads. I think we'll save up money, and if we get the opportunity, we'll go for the buildings here. But I'm really happy to watch like our estates build up stuff. That's why going trade income is so good, because your estates just are such a large factor. Not necessarily our tribes, but everybody else will actually put money down and invest in stuff. And when you make 54, 34, 71 ducats a month, you have the funds to actually invest that and do decent things. So that's all very helpful. The question is, where do we go from here? Well, we want to keep doing the colonization stuff. Want to keep building up. I think the towns are core here. Like this got turned into a town, I think. Were you not a town? You have a cathedral, but you're not a town? Oh. Interesting cathedral placement there. Lose 1,000 and we get some stuff. Gains adept. Not worth 1,000. Definitely not worth 1,000. Speaking of what might be worth something, take your... We want to give you a parliament seat. What happens here? I like giving the burghers some power. You are super satisfied, though, so I'm going to just save that for later. We have the ask for money option. You are just broke, so we can't get money from you. No alliance available with you. I could get it with you here. It's so close. If I kept one of my little islands here, I would be all right. But we don't have those. You are 1% over. Centralization, our strength. Okay. Nothing too crazy. Just need to make us stronger. Right, I think we can put a cut in here. We'll probably... we have yet to embrace global trade or artillery, so that'll probably be a focus of our next one. Global trade in particular is pretty close. We're still working to spread confessionalism in our capital. It's getting there, but it's going to take some time. So we'll have about 50 years to actually push through the embracement of these things, which should be helpful. We're also very far behind on a lot of these tech, so I'm actively trying to force through the building of universities and libraries wherever we can, because I want to get our literacy up as best we can. You know, even though a lot of these places do have a ton of negative population, just because I'm building a ton of things and you don't have the colony here. Like, definitely probably need to send someone to focus hard on getting people coming into Chesapeake here. What is your migration attraction? Food storage, abundant free land. Yeah, not enough. We need more. Need more growth. Need to be really earning a lot here, and we will work on that. But we're far, far, far from getting our first city on the colony itself. But that is all fine. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've been Sean, Spruce Screener, as always. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.